now we're good. Now we can go ahead and taxi out of here.
Okay.
Alright. I'll taxi us through this first, and then I'll let you taxi up.
Alright. I notice you're getting a little right rudder.
Saved my butt. Yeah, I have to get him lunch or something. I mean, it wouldn't have been. It would have just hit it, and I would have noticed it. But still, you don't want to do that, you know. It wouldn't have ruined our day or anything like that, because I would have heard it right away. That's actually the first time it's ever happened to me.
Oh, that's
that goes to show you.
That's reassuring.
Well, you know, that's a good example because complacency is bad. You know, you get into this whole thing. Well, I've done this 1,000 times. You know,
I've heard that the first 100 hours of a pilot is dangerous.
All right, so here we're going to get our ATIS information.
Mile 6. 5 mile radius at or below 6,500.
Talking about the DFR out there. Okay.
Take position on initial contact to exact runway assignments and hold short instructions. Use caution for birds in the vicinity of Chino Airport. Advise on initial contact to use information Kilo.
So we have the information Kilo. They need to know what that is.
Chino Tower information Kilo 18530 Zulu. Wind calm, visibility 10. Few clouds at 25,000. Temperature 24, dew point 6, altimeter 299er2. ILS runway 26 right approaching use, landing and departing runway 26 right and runway 26 left. Notice 2 airmen, taxiway Golf closed, runway 3 Pappy out of service. Advisories, temporary flight restrictions in effect over Corona. On the Paradise 154 radio, 0.4 mile 6. 5 mile radius at or below 6,500. Take position on initial contact to exact runway assignments and hold short instructions. Use caution for birds in the vicinity of Chino Airport.
Alright, the only thing I didn't get was my temperature, so I gotta wait till they say it again. Alright.
Chino Tower information Kilo 18530 Zulu. Wind calm, visibility 10. Few clouds at 25,000. Temperature 24, dew point 6, altimeter 299er2.
Alright, good deal.
ILS runway.
So now I go to my ground frequency, and I'm on COM 1. I just make sure that I'm on COM 1, radio 1. This is COM 2, radio 2. So I always got to make sure that I'm on the right frequency.
The one we're looking at.
That's correct. So now I'm going to call Chino Ground, and I'm going to tell them where we're at and where we want to taxi to. Okay, and then they're going to give me instructions. So you go ahead and see if you could hear this. Chino Ground, Cherokee 5800 uniform is at Dubois, taxi to the active with Kilo. Frequency. There you go. See, that's another example. You gotta always make sure your frequency is 121.6. I was on 121.7. Chino Ground, Cherokee 5800 uniform at Dubois, taxi to the active with Kilo.
Cherokee 5800 uniform, Chino Ground, runway 26 right, taxi to Delta Alpha, cross runway 21.
Alright, so they told us, and I have to repeat it back to them. Okay, taxi to 26 right via Delta Alpha, cross runway 2100 uniform. So now they know that I understood their
knowledge, their
instructions, okay? Yeah. So go ahead and put your feet on the rudders, on the bottom parts, there you go. And that's it. And just stay on the taxiway center line. And the best way to do that, Bruce, is to just go ahead, see how you're right now, you're pushing on the right one a little bit, because you want to turn right, there you go.
You want to stay on the center line.
Right, so now when we get there now, just level it out. The best way to do that is, see this taxiway line? Just make it go right in between the inside part of your left leg. I'm sorry, your right leg, okay? If you keep it on the inside part of your right leg, you'll be right over the center line, okay? That's okay. If you get going a little bit too fast, just go ahead and push on the top part right here. Okay. Push on them evenly so that the plane stops forward evenly. Okay. Go ahead and tap your brakes a little bit. Okay, there you go. Now you can go ahead and release them and just keep taxiing using your rudders.
Tendency is to turn the steering wheel.
Yeah, it's kind of like because you're used to driving a car, right? That doesn't do anything on the ground. Doesn't do anything. I know. It's all right. Yeah, it throws you off. Alright, so the taxiway ends here, so just start making a small left turn. And you'll see another taxiway there, you just pick it up. See it? Alright. Okay, there's Delta, so when we get there, we're going to turn right. Okay?
Down a little bit, right?
Yeah, just a little bit, then follow the right taxiway here. There you go. And it'll lead you right to taxiway Delta. So now you're on taxiway Delta, and then the one that crosses this way is Alpha, so you're going to take this taxiway to the right. I'm sorry, to the left. Yep.
Whoops.
To the left, yeah. That's
oh, here, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, they also told us to cross runway 21, so we're coming on to runway 21.
Here.
Right, so we're just going to go ahead and cross runway 21, because they cleared us to do that. But we also just want to double check that
there's nobody coming, huh?
Yeah, it's not an active runway right now, but hey, you never know. A helicopter or an airplane might have an emergency and they might need to use it, so we always want to be cautious. And this is about the right taxi speed. You know, if you get any faster than this, you want to kind of slow her down a little bit.
It just takes the slightest amount of pressure on the rudder.
Oh, absolutely. It's just very sensitive. And this is, it's mechanical. Imagine these big jets that are all like fly-by-wire stuff. You think that it'd be harder to move those. Actually, it's the opposite. It's easier. More sensitive. Everything's all hydraulic.
That would be difficult to fly. Okay, so
so this is the run-up area, okay? So we're going to go in here.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to go ahead and turn around 180 degrees and line up into the wind and do our run-up. Now, when we do our run-up, we're basically checking to make sure that all our systems are working properly before we actually take off, okay? So here we go. All right, good deal. So now we're lined up into the wind, and we take our checklist again, okay? Now, before takeoff, okay, so we want to set our parking brake again, okay? Okay. Our lights, beacon, a rotating beacon, okay? Flight instruments are set, so we want to make sure our instruments are set. We start here at the magnetic compass. We're at 250 on the heading, okay? So our airspeed indicator is at 0 because we're not going anywhere.
Right.
Our attitude indicator, go ahead and move this up and down so that the yellow wings are lined up with the horizon for you. There you go. Right. Now our altimeter, they told us, was 2992. Here's a little Colesman window here, and there's a number. So we want to make sure that we're at 29.92 right there. Okay. As long as we're within 75 feet of our field elevation. Our field elevation is 650 feet. So we are within 75 feet, so we're good. Our turn coordinator, our wings are level, the ball's centered, there's liquid in here, so nothing's leaking out, we're good. Okay, here's our heading indicator. Our heading says that we're at 250, so we want to make sure that this is at 250. So we put this at 250. We push this in, so push it in and keep turning it until you get to 250. Here? Right here. Just keep pushing it, keep pushing it.
Oh, I see.
Push it in, and turn. Pushing it in. Okay. So, now, okay.
Okay, that's 270, so that's what 250 there,
No,
right?
you want to write 250 lined up to here, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I see. Okay.
Alright, are we good?
Yes.
250?
Yes. Okay.
Alright, and then we'll just put this on 260, I'm sorry.
Is that where you're going to plan on
the runway? That's the runway.
The runway, okay.
Yeah, 260.
Alright.
Alright, good deal. So, and then our vertical speed indicator is at 0. That means we're not climbing, we're not descending, okay? And then our controls. Go ahead and put your hand on the controls. We want to go to the left. Now our thumbs are pointing to the left, so our aileron should be pointing up.
Control for transfer information. Right. Handle in rear 6 altimeter 299.
Now we want to pull up all the way back, okay? And then we want to go. Now our thumbs are pointing to the right. So is our right aileron up? Yes. So we're good. Now we want to go forward. So that means we have a full range of motion and everything is free and correct, nothing's obstructing. Okay? Our mixture goes full rich, so go ahead and push the button in and push it all the way forward. That's full rich. Good man. Alright, our throttle goes to 2,000, so go ahead and push the button. Here's your throttle. Go to 2,000. Nice and smooth.
Turkey 7851 Whiskey.
All the way. Keep going.
Turkey 7851 Whiskey, change ground, taxi via Delta Mike to parking.
Delta Mike parking, thank you.
All the way to 2,000. Okay. That's good. That's okay. You don't need to.
You can fine tune it by left.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
But it's good. All right. So now we're going to check our magnetos. Okay. So we're going to check our right one first. So we're going to go 2 clicks to the right. I'm sorry, to the left. 1, 2, and we should get a drop in our RPM. Okay. Then we go back to both. Now we're going to check our left one. So go 1 click to the left. We get a drop. There we go. Now go back to both. All right, good man. All right. Now it says carb heat on. So go ahead and pull the carb heat out. We get a drop. There we go. We got a drop. Now go back.
Go back in.
Yep. Okay. Now oil pressure is in the green. So here's our oil pressure. We're in the green. PSI oil pressure. Our oil temperature is in the green. So here's our temperature. We're also in the green. So we're good. Our fuel pressure is at 3 to 5 PSI. So we're at 3 to 5 PSI, so we're good. Our vacuum gauge is at 4.9 to 5.2, so we're good here. Our voltage gauge is at 13.5 plus. Here's our voltage, and we're good there. Our throttle goes down to 1,000 now. So go ahead and bring back your throttle to 1,000. Go ahead and push the button. There you go. And yeah, there you go, down to 1,000. And then our trim tab is set to neutral. So here's our trim tab. So go ahead and rotate this until it hits neutral. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
How do you,
yeah, the other way.
I see.
There you go. Alrighty. Alright. And then our mixture is already at full rich. Our throttle friction lock, our fuel pump. Go ahead and hit that green switch. Go ahead and turn on. Yep. Okay, our doors and windows. So we'll go ahead and close this. Alrighty. Go ahead and close that up. There you go. Fuel pump, doors and windows, parking brake is off, so this comes off. Transponder is set to altitude. Okay, so we set this to altitude. Up there. And our tower clearance 118.5. So we go to 118.5 and then we're good to go. Okay? So we'll put this here. Alright, and then we'll get her lined up. I'll get a clearance and then we'll go ahead and get on the runway and then I'll let you get the controls.
Okay.
Chino Tower, Cherokee 5800 uniform is holding short 26 Rider Papa, request southeast departure.
Cherokee 5800 uniform, Chino Tower, southeast departure, approved, LA 26 right, clear for takeoff.
Southeast departure, clear for takeoff, 26 right, 00 uniform. Alright, good deal. So go ahead and put your left hand on the yoke, your right hand goes on the throttle.
Okay.
Go ahead and taxi her onto the center of the runway with the rudders. And when we're lined up with the center of the runway, you go ahead and give her full power, nice and smooth. Now? Alright, go ahead. All the way in, all the way in. All the way in. Now start pushing on that right rudder, all the way in. Start pushing on that right rudder to keep her center line and to compensate for the left turning tendencies. Airspeed alive, engine instruments are in the green. Alright, 55, start pulling back on the... There you go, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. There you go. Keep on.
I can't do this. I can't do this.
Yeah, you're doing it yourself. I'm not doing it.
Alright.
You're doing it.
I'm just a little bit...
I got you. Don't worry about it. Don't say you can't do it. I'm right here.
It just takes some getting used to.
That's all. Don't worry about it. I'm right here.
Okay.
want 80 knots, right?
Yeah.
So here's your airspeed. You want to pitch for 80 knots, and then you want to trim up here. Okay?
All right.
I got it. Just relax. I got you.
Chino Tower, North American 41123 over Chino Hills with Lima inbound.
Don't worry about the turbulence, okay?
North American 41123 Chino Tower.
It's going to take a little bit of use to them.
Yeah, you'll be fine. So we're going to start a little turn left here, okay?
That's right. All right. Now, 2,000, right turns, report 3 mile initial. All right.
You're doing a good job. Look, you got your airspeed is pegged, you got your pitch attitude is fine. Relax on the grip a little bit.
Okay. That's going to take some getting used to.
You're doing a good job.
Different kind of feeling. Whoa.
Yeah, don't worry about the low turbulence. There's nothing to worry about, okay? That's just the way it is up here. Alright, so we'll turn a little bit again. And we'll level off at 120 on the heading.
Alright.
Alright, we'll level our wing. The higher we get, the more it'll be less bumpy. It'll start to smooth out. Okay?
Alright.
So remember now, we're going to level off at 2,000 feet. So we're at 2,700 right now.
I see.
Cherokee 00 uniform, traffic 3.5 miles southwest of the airport will be at 2,000 feet, a North American 825.
Alright.
Alright, 00 uniform, I'll be looking for that traffic.
00 uniform, look out your right window, is about 3 miles away.
Oh, 00 uniform, I've got the traffic. Looking over here.
Alright. Yes.
North American 123, picking up 25. North American 123, altitude indicates 2,300. The Cherokee traffic, 12 o'clock, a mile and a half at 2,100. Has you in sight. Roger, we're still looking for that traffic, 123.
Excellent.
Alright, so now we're going to level off at 2,000 feet. So we're going to push forward like we said, right?
Yes,
and
yes.
the power comes back a little bit.
Okay.
And then we're going to trim.
Alright.
I'd let you trim, but we've got traffic off our road.
That's okay though. I'm really still getting oriented, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's alright.
A new experience.
You can see that traffic right off our right wing.
Yes. Beautiful. B-25.
Yep. So he's going to be a little faster than us, so we're going to go ahead and cut right behind him as he passes us.
Alright. Fantastic.
Centurion 789 over Montecito down.
See, you feel this forward pressure right here?
Yes.
So we alleviate that. Turn this to the left. Turn the trim cap to the left.
Down, traffic is a central left.
The other way, the other way. Yeah, that way, that way. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it. Keep going. Crank it, crank it, crank it, crank it, crank it. Alright, that's good. Alright, now you alleviate the control pressure.
Yes, I feel it.
Centurion 789 Whiskey Papa, Chino Tower.
Is this the lake down here?
No,
that's not it.
Yeah, the lake's way over there.
Oh, okay. Now I'm starting to feel a little bit better.
Now we're not, you know, I think at first, when we climb, you really can't see anything. Now that you can see, now it feels a little bit different.
789 Whiskey Papa, Chino Tower.
That lifting sensation is a little disorienting.
Yeah. You like roller coasters?
Not really.
That's why. Now you tell me.
Yeah, that's right. That's okay. That's something change.
Frequency change for 00 uniform. Alright, so we'll go to 122.7 so we can listen to the Corona traffic. Make sure that there's no planes out in our area.
We changed frequency because we're getting into a different...
Yeah, we're getting into a different section.
Gotcha.
Okay? They just cleared us to change frequency so that we can go ahead and change that. The next frequency that we're going to go into is the Lake Matthews frequency. That's 123.5, so I'll go ahead and set that next.
Okay.
Get it ready. Okay, so you're doing a good job maintaining altitude. All you're doing now is just making sure your wings are level, and you're doing that right here.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All about traffic, be advised, jumpers away over long post 13. Christian 17,000 below use caution, jumpers long post.
This is nothing like a flight simulator.
No, because you can feel it all, right?
Absolutely.
Plus, in the flight simulator, you're in the comfort of your home.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're eating a piece of chicken and flying. This is the real world.
This is it.
Okay, so right here, that's the 9115, and right here is the 91. So we're going to kind of stay a little bit more to this side of the lake, just because of that TFR. Okay? So we're going to go just a little bit. We're going to pass the 91. We're going to skirt the hill, and then we're going to go in over the lake. Okay? Oh, you're doing a good job maintaining altitude. Look at that.
Amazing experience. Oh, we can see the lake over there now.
Yep, that's Lake Matthews.
Traffic Bonanza 06 Lima is 7 miles to the west at 2000 over Green River. Going to enter the downwind left traffic 25 Corona.
Alright, so now we're over the 91 freeway, and we're going to switch our frequency here to Lake Matthews. We're going to announce what we're doing, and maybe there's other aircraft out there, and so they'll be able to talk to us or announce what they're doing, and we'll get a better idea where they're at, and they can get an idea of where we're at. Lake Matthews traffic, Cherokee 5800 uniform is coming over the lake from the north over the 91 freeway at 2000. We'll be climbing to 4000, circling the lake, and then we'll be leaving the area, Lake Matthews. And if there's anybody else out here, they'll talk to us.
2 miles southwest. Now this area over here is the restricted area.
Yeah, the west part of it. Alright, so let's go ahead, now we're going to climb, okay? So when we climb, what do we do? Remember what we do? What's the first thing we do when we climb?
Going to increase the RPM.
There you go. So let's go ahead and push forward on the RPM. All the way, all the way, all the way. All the way. Okay, now we want to pitch, right?
A little bit.
And we want to pitch for 80 knots. As we pitch, this is going to start getting heavy, right?
Oh, I see.
So go ahead and start trimming. Crank it to the right. Keep going, keep going. Alright, that's good. Alright, so now there's no pressure here.
Yes.
Let's turn a little bit to the right here.
Okay.
See, now we're climbing 500 feet. Now we're just going to continue to climb. Level our wings.
That's for a better day to fly.
That's pretty good.
Beautiful. Backing off on the choke a little bit? That's the mixture, right?
Yeah, just because it's hot, so that'll give us a little more on the RPM too. We're going to climb a little bit just because it should start getting a little smoother up here too.
Because of the lake?
No, it's just because the air is cooler up here, and as it cools, it starts to smooth up a little bit. Lake Matthews traffic, Cherokee 00 uniform is over the center of the lake, 3,400, climbing to 4,000. We'll be circling the lake and then leaving the area. Alright, so let go of the nose. Let's see what it does. Wants to fall a little bit, right? So we want to trim it up a little bit, so go ahead and crank it a little bit to the left. There you go. That's about all. Let go now. Just a half turn more. Half turn more. Alright, now let go. There you go, and now we're at 80 knots, and it's kind of doing it by itself. All we're doing now is controlling our leveling, making sure our wings are level.
Gotcha.
Okay? Now we're coming up on the 4,000, so when we get to 4,000, we're going to level it off.
Yes.
So when we level it off, what are we going to do?
We're going to take the RPM down.
Yeah, so we're going to lower our nose and then reduce the RPM just a little bit.
Put the nose
We
down
don't have a
first.
lot of RPM in right now, so we're probably not going to touch the RPM too much. We're going to take it out a little bit, but not too much.
Right.
Okay, let's go ahead and turn a little bit to the left here.
Right.
Alrighty. There's 4,000 feet right there, so go ahead and push the nose forward a little bit and take out a little bit of the power. The power, there you go. Just a little, that's good. Alright, now, let's see what the nose does.
Has to go down a little bit.
Yeah, it's already kind of going down, right? But now you feel it's starting to get heavy, right? You got to keep pushing on that nose, so go ahead and take the
other way, right?
Go to the left. Yep. Go ahead, crank it. A little more. There you go. Okay. Now we want to take a little bit of the power out. Now let go. And it still wants to climb, right? So
Yeah.
you have to crank more. Okay. There you go. That's pretty good. Now it's there. Now it's just maintaining altitude. All we do is control the wings.
A little bit of bouncing.
Alrighty. Lake Matthews traffic, Cherokee 00 uniform is over the east side of the lake, northbound, departing the area at 4,000, descending back down to 2,000. So before we descend, we'll go ahead and you can take a quick look at the view there. There's the lake.
Fantastic.
There's Riverside Airport right over there.
Okay, yeah.
Marsh Air Force Base is right over there.
Yes. Got a great little museum over there.
Yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and start our descent now. So what's the first thing that happens on our descent?
Right. We're going to put the nose down a little bit.
First is the power, right?
Just the power.
Alright,
Okay.
so let's go ahead and reduce the power.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Keep going down, keep pulling back. Alright, so we're at 2,000. Now let the nose go. See how the nose wants to fall by itself?
Yes.
Okay? But we want to descend at a certain constant airspeed. We want to descend at 80, right?
Right.
So what do?
Turn the nose up.
Not yet. We want to pitch first,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So pitch up a little bit, slow the plane down.
Right. And bring it at 80, right?
Yep. The inside 80. Right there. Okay? So now we want to trim to that. So go ahead and trim to the right. A little more. Right there. Now let the nose, see what it does. A little too much, right? So go ahead and have a turn more.
The other way?
No, same way. Alright, so let's let the nose go. There you go. There's the 80. Now we're 80, we're 500 feet minute descent, and the plane's doing it. We're not really doing much. Okay, let's get the ATIS here.
Progress over Paris 154, radio 009er, CME 5 nautical miles, out of below 6,500. State position on initial contact, read back runway assignments and hold short instructions. Use caution for birds in the vicinity of Chino Airport. At initial contact, you have information.
Lima.
Chino Airport information, Lima, 19490 Zulu observation, wind level at 6, visibility 10, view clouds 25,000, temperature 27, dew point 0, altimeter 29901, power loss, runway 26 left, approaching loose, flying departing, runway 26, runway 26 left, taxi golf.
Alright, so there we go. We're doing good.
It's amazing you can write and do all that stuff.
Oh yeah, you have to be able to do it all. And, you know, remember when you got one of your first cars, maybe it was a stick shift? Remember at first it was hard to learn to drive? And
Absolutely.
you were scared that you were going to get caught on a hill and you were going to roll back and get a car behind you.
Oh, yeah.
And after a while you learned how to drive it, right? And then when you drove it, it was subconscious. You didn't even think about it, right?
Yes.
You could drive that thing, shift the gears, and eat a piece of chicken at the same time, right? Flying is the same thing. After a while, it just, it becomes like, like driving a car.
Know what to do. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're a little fast, right? So
Nose up a little bit, huh?
tiny bit. Let the airspeed settle, okay? And then we kind of trim it for 80 knots. The reason we teach descending at 80 knots is because that's our approach speed when we're landing. So we want to teach the students to trim the airplane for 80 knots.
Okay.
So now we're going to go over by the 9115, and then we're going to call Chino Tower and tell them that we're headed inbound.
Okay. I see the 15 over there.
Yeah. All right, so that's good. Let's go ahead and speed up a little bit.
Okay.
So I'll give it a little bit of power, but I'm not going to move my nose. I'm going to keep my nose down.
Nose down. All right.
Yeah, and I want to keep it. There you go. Trim it so that it stays down there. Now I'm still descending at 500 feet,
yeah.
but now I'm doing it a little faster.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
But I want to get down to 2,000 feet.
Okay.
And that's how we descend at a faster airspeed. Remember you asked me what if you wanted to descend faster?
Yes.
There you go. I'm still at 500 feet per minute, but I'm just faster now.
I see.
Because I got a little bit of power in there. See how the nose wants to come up a little bit, right? That's why I got to keep trimming to alleviate that control pressure. So now I want to go to
Almost at 2,000, right?
Yep. Alright, so when we level off at 2,000, we already have our power in there, so we're just going to kind of let the nose come up a little bit. And then we're going to trim. So trim.
You want to trim the nose up?
Clockwise, yeah. Clockwise? Clockwise, yeah. I'm sorry, counterclockwise.
Sorry.
Okay, let's see, let go of the nose. The other way, trim the other way. That's counterclockwise right there, yeah.
How you want it?
Yep. Right there.
Okay.
Alright, so there we go. We're almost to the 91 to 15. So we're going to go ahead and call up Chino and let him know that we're coming in. Okay?
Alright.
Chino Tower, Cherokee 5800 uniform is over the 9115, inbound with Lima.
Cherokee 580 uniform, Chino Tower, may enter left base, runway 26 right, report 2 out.
Left base for 26 right, and we'll report 2 out for 00. Alright, good deal. So let's go ahead and add a little bit of power here, because we want to be about 23, 2400 RPM. That'll give us a little more airspeed.
Cherokee 00 uniform, traffic 2 miles north, your position 2,000 indicated, southwestbound type unknown.
Alright, 00 uniform will be looking for that traffic. Alright, so there's a north, so that's north, okay? So he's going southbound, so we just got to kind of keep an eye out for him.
Okay.
This is 155 Phoenix, we got
You see those 3 wide long hangers over
Yes.
there? That's Chino, so
okay.
let's just head over there, point the nose in that direction.
Okay.
So let's go, let's let go of our nose. See, it wants to fall a little bit, so crank it a little bit to the left.
Uniform, probably 12 o'clock, a mile 2,000, still now turning southbound.
00 uniform, still looking for that traffic. 00 uniform's got the traffic.
Challenger 383, Mike Bravo's with you, requesting the west. Challenger 383, Mike Bravo, Chino Towers, runway 26 left in sight.
Is that who that was?
Sure is.
Challenger 383, Mike Bravo.
Alright, so we're going to do our pre-landing checklist.
Land on the left, Mike Bravo.
So let's go down on the power a little bit. We're getting a little high, so we want to go down.
114 Delta Echo, Chino Tower, short runway 26 right, traffic short final. 4 Delta Echo, hold short 26 right.
Before landing, fuel selector. Okay, we got 40, 17, and 23. We want to be on our right tank. We're on our left, so go ahead and turn on the fuel pump right here. See that tank? Switch it to the right. Move the leverage so it says to the right. Over here? Yep. There you go. You're good.
Okay.
Alright. Mixture all the way in. Seatbelts, parking brake flaps, airspeed, landing light. We don't need a landing. Alright, so they told us to report 2 miles out. So 2 miles out is...
00 uniform, traffic 2 o'clock, 3 miles, Challenger jet, sending out of 2,000 inbound for runway 26 left.
00 uniform, and I've got the traffic.
Check 217, right turn left head, taxiway Delta. And without delay, cross runway 261, pentagram, outside. That's 217 left on Delta cross.
Alright.
Without a delay and over.
We're gonna stay at 2000, and we're gonna square off our base to let that traffic fly underneath us, okay? Normally we would start descending right now, but I want to...
Left turn up. Yeah, you want to give him a wide leeway.
And he's gonna be way past us before we get over him, but...
Cherokee 0 uniform, got the traffic now, 1 o'clock, am I?
00 uniform, I've got the traffic.
30 uniform, use caution, wake turbulence, runway 26 right, clear the land.
On the way, 26 right, cleared to land for 00 uniform.
Talking about his turbulence, huh?
Right, because he's got a jet engine, so that creates some wake turbulence in the back. So we're not going to start descending just yet. Normally we would, but we want to stay above his wake turbulence.
Okay.
Do you see him?
Yeah. Yeah.
There he is.
There he is.
Alright, you see our runway?
Yes.
We're on the right one.
Okay.
That's where we're going to land. He's going to land on the left one.
I'll follow along with the landing. I'll go with the landing.
Alright, so now we're going to start pulling our power.
Put your power down.
And again, we want to slow her down to about 80 knots. So we want to pull up on the nose a little bit, even though we just pulled our power, to slow her down. Okay? Alright, and then the other thing that we want to do is we're a little bit high, right? So we want to start adding our flaps to help us descend. Okay?
Flaps down a little bit.
Yeah. We're still a little high, so we'll go a little bit more flaps. See how our
Flaps will bring you down?
Yeah, it'll bring you down on a steeper angle.
Okay.
That way, because I don't want to be touching my power. I want to keep it in there just in case something happens or whatever, okay?
Okay.
I only want to touch it if I'm really, really low. Okay? So here's my 80 knots.
Channel 3, my pro, pentagram 46.
And I'm going to line up with the runway, okay?
All right.
So just keep your hands on the yoke here and just follow what I'm doing.
I can feel what you're doing.
Okay?
You need some light water too at the same time.
Absolutely. Alright, so now I want to trim so that I'm not fighting the airspeed.
Got it. Okay. Nose down a little bit.
Yeah, nose down a little bit, but I can let go of it, and my nose is basically staying right there.
See ya.
There's a lot going on in the landing, so the less I have to do, the better. I let the plane do most of it.
Okay. Like letting your car idle down the hill. or something.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Your engine slow you down.
So now I don't want to move my nose from where it is. I want to keep it in this same attitude. If I get low, I want to push some power up. If I get high, I want to reduce the power. Okay? So I'm getting a little high, right? So I'm going to take some power out.
Still going at about 500 feet.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything with my nose. Now I just let go all my power. I'm still a little high, so I'm going to put in some more flaps.
Okay.
Okay? But my nose doesn't move from that position. Okay?
Yes.
I know I'm going to make the runway, right? So now I'm just getting ready to start my flare. Now the flare starts to happen like right about here. You start kind of in ground effect. Kind of just be patient with it. Go. Aerodynamic braking.
Okay, so you pull up on the...
Oh, you kind of just aerodynamic braking. Most of my braking is with my feet down here. I'm just pulling up so that my stabulator moves up and then it creates more drag. But my braking is going on with my feet. Alright, so now I stop here, okay? I go to 1,000 RPM, and then I do my after landing check, okay? So my flaps are up, so this goes down, okay? My fuel pump, go ahead and turn my fuel pump off. There you go. Carburetor heat's already off. Strobe lights are already off. Transponder goes to standby, so go ahead and put that on standby, SBY, okay? Lean for taxi, so I'll pull this out about 2 inches. Ground point 600 uniform. And then my taxi clearance, so I go to ground point 6, 21, 6. switch here. Now I call the tower and tell them that what I want to do. Chino ground. Cherokee 5800 uniform is off at 26 right at Delta. Taxi to Dubois.
Cherokee 5800 uniform, Chino ground, taxi right at Delta Mike.
Delta Mike to Dubois, 00 uniform. Alright.
Chino ground, number 711.
Now you're taxi.
All contact, how do you read? So we're going straight and then Chino ground, loud and clear.
So taxi with your feet. And if you need to slow down, just tap on the brakes with your toes.
Okay.
Now you're going to follow this taxiway line to the left here. You see how it starts going to the left?
Yeah, on November 1116 Yankee, calling COM2, how do you read? 16 Yankee, Chino ground, loud and clear. Thank you very much.
Okay, now
with that car?
Yep. Just follow this taxiway line.
Definitely something I want to do again.
Yeah.
That initial takeoff was just so disorienting.
Alright, so go ahead and right rudder, stay on this taxiway line.
Okay.
And just kind of try to keep the airplane centered all the way down.
Alright.
So now you see how we're going a little fast? So yeah, step on the toe brakes, just tap them evenly, both of them at the same time. There you go. There you go. Alright, now the taxiway line is going to start heading a little bit off to the right, so you kind of want to follow that and then pick it up right there. There you go. And level it here, straighten it out, there you go, and then just follow it to the right. There you go, there you go. Now straighten it out, straighten it out, straighten it out, there you go.
Commander 370 Kilo, Chino ground, cross runway 2.
Alright, microphones. Alright. Navigate in here real quick. This guy always parks his car here.
0 Kilo,
Gonna get hit one day.
Go to runway 21 on Papa for aircraft down. 370
Come on, people. I need you to move. Alright, so now we want to shut her down, right?
Okay.
So shut down, electrical equipment and switches off, so our beacon, we want to leave that on, it always should stay on. Okay, our radios come off, so here's our radio master, so that comes off.